छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा जीवन है, मेरा सिंगार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। मेरी छोटी सी बगिया के ओ बागबान, मेरी छोटी सी बगिया के ओ बागबान, तेरे दम से है सारी बहारें यहाँ, तेरे दम से है सारी बहारें यहाँ, सारे बागों से अच्छा ये गुलजार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। मेरा जीवन है एक मुस्कुराहट तेरी, मेरा जीवन है एक मुस्कुराहट तेरी, मेरी दुनिया है कदमों की आहट तेरी, मेरी दुनिया है कदमों की आहट तेरी, मेरा घर बार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। छोड़ के मैं तुझे कोई जन्नत न लूं, छोड़ के मैं तुझे कोई जन्नत न लूं, तेरे बदले में दुनिया की दौलत न लूं, तेरे बदले में दुनिया की दौलत न लूं, मेरी पूजा पिया तेरा दीदार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा जीवन है ये, मेरा सिंगार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है।
This is my
दिल के सितार का गाता दुनिया की दीवारें सैया तोड़ के भी तोड़ के मैं आई रे, तेरे लिए सारा जग छोड़ के मैं आई रे, तेरे लिए सारा जग छोड़ के। यार मिला दिलदार मिला मुझे एक नया संसार मिला, यार मिला दिलदार मिला मुझे एक नया संसार मिला, फूल से बहार आए दिल को करार मिला, फूल से बहार आए दिल को करार मिला, जाने ना दूंगी मुझे मोड़ के भी मोड़ के मैं आई रे, तेरे लिए सारा जग छोड़ के। ऊंची ऊंची दुनिया की दीवारें सैया तोड़ के भी तोड़ के मैं आई रे, तेरे लिए सारा जग छोड़ के मैं आई रे, तेरे लिए सारा जग छोड़ के। मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा जीवन है ये मेरा सिंगार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। मेरी छोटी सी बगिया के ओ बागबान, मेरी छोटी सी बगिया के ओ बागबान, तेरे दम से है सारी बहारें यहाँ, तेरे दम से है सारी बहारें यहाँ, सारे बागों से अच्छा ये गुलजार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। मेरा जीवन है एक मुस्कुराहट तेरी, मेरा जीवन है एक मुस्कुराहट तेरी, मेरी दुनिया है कदमों की आहट तेरी, मेरी दुनिया है कदमों की आहट तेरी, तेरे कदमों में ही मेरा घर बार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है। छोड़ के मैं तुझे कोई जन्नत न लूं, छोड़ के मैं तुझे कोई जन्नत न लूं, तेरे बदले में दुनिया की दौलत न लूं, तेरे बदले में दुनिया की दौलत न लूं, मेरी पूजा पिया तेरा दीदार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा जीवन है ये मेरा सिंगार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है, मेरा छोटा सा देखो ये संसार है।
Om Shanti, good evening, namaste and welcome, swagatam, suswagatam आप सबके लिए. First of all, happy Easter. धर्म कोई भी हो, देश कोई भी हो, सेलिब्रेशंस के सिग्निफिकेंस हमारे जीवन में एक बहुत सुंदर खुशबू फैला देता है, खुशी की, सत्य की और आपसी भाईचारे और प्रेम की. बहुत सारी ऐसे बातों की यादगार ये त्योहार हम मनाते हैं. ये देखिए, ये ईस्टर एग्स आपके लिए, परंतु ये एग्स है ना, बहुत ही अलग है. इस एग्स की विशेषता है कि ये एग अर्थात बीज, और एक एक बीज, एक एक तिनके से संसार बनता है. और औरतें, माताएं तिनका तिनका जोड़कर अपना संसार, अपना घर परिवार को संभालती है, समेटती है, सराहती है, संभालती. तो ये कौन से ये बीज, चाहे कार्य कुछ भी हो, परंतु उसमें क्या है, उसमें खुशी है. देखिए, खुशी, स्टेबिलिटी, लव, रॉयल्टी, यूनिटी, प्यूरिटी, मर्सी, ऑनेस्टी इत्यादि सभी गुणों से ये ईस्टर एग्स का ये विशेष समागम बना है. आप सबके लिए ये विशेष सौगात भी है और फिर स्वागत भी है. ये लीजिए, फूलों के गुलदस्ते के साथ आप सबको बारंबार स्वागत है, स्वागत है, स्वागत है इस विशेष सभा में. Sunday special talk is especially for the family of those who want to just have a leisure time, sit, relax and enjoy listening to something which will really, pep up your spirits, hydrate your spirits. Now, I welcome today's speaker, I should say a presenter or what, but it's a family, a very happy family. It has its own journey. Right from they're all set now. Right from one to another end. That is, it's a journey of learning. It's a journey of imbibing. It's a journey of experiencing closeness with each other day by day. Because in a family, बच्चों के जो उम्र है बढ़ती जाती है, बड़ों की उम्र भी बढ़ती जाती है. तो बढ़ती हुई उम्र के साथ देह के भी हालात अलग होती है, परिस्थितियां बाहर की भी अलग होती है. सब चीजों के साथ, संबंधों के साथ, परिस्थितियों के साथ निपटते हुए, परंतु वो जो खुशी का कोशंट है, शांति का कोशंट है, आपसी प्रीत प्रेम की वो जो कोशंट है, वो कभी भी ना घटे ना कम हो. तो इस तरीके के लक्ष्य के साथ आगे बढ़ती जा रही है एक ऐसी फैमिली जिसके साथ हम शायद कुछ सालों से तो सबका परिचय तो रहा हुआ है, पर मैं आपको एक छोटी सी परिचय इस फैमिली की दे देती हूँ. ऑल द वे फ्रॉम लंदन आई वेलकम सिस्टर गीता, ब्रदर रवि गोपाल, ब्रदर ऋत्विक एंड सिस्टर ऋषिका. प्लीज जॉइन मी इन वेलकमिंग देम. राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज. सब लोग हाँ जी, वीडियो भी खोले और देखे. हम जैसा ही ये परिवार है, पर आज हमको कुछ एक प्रेरणा देने के लिए, अपनी ही जर्नी शेयर करने के लिए हमारे सामने विराजमान है. तो रवि भाई दिखाई नहीं पड़ रहे, शायद ज्वाइन हो जाएंगे. गीता बहन है. गीता को आपने कल सुना, गीता बहन ने अपना अनुभव भी सुनाया, ज्ञान मार्ग में कैसे चले हैं. तो इट इज अ जर्नी, अ लाइफ विथ फुल ऑफ न्यूनेस and experimenting at every point and using the jewels of wisdom that God has taught. Now, when I say God has taught, then certainly everyone is practicing something or other belief systems. But what is the difference and what is the benefit? That is what we all want to know. But ये जो session है, थोड़ा बहुत question and answer का भी चलेगा, क्योंकि सभी family members को 5-5 मिनट तो मिलेगा हेलो करने के लिए, अपना अनुभव शेयर करने के लिए, अपने जीवन के लक्ष्य और उद्देश्य के बारे में हमसे शेयर करने के लिए. उसके बाद हम भी प्रश्न पूछेंगे, आप भी प्रश्न पूछना. परंतु एक छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट है बच्चों के प्रति, बच्चों की तरफ से, कि वो थोड़ा इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे, क्योंकि यू नो दैट द बॉडी इज फ्रॉम साउथ इंडिया. तो उनको लंदन में रहने के वजह से तेलुगु भी बहुत कम हो गया उनका बात करना. तो इसलिए दे आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल इन इंग्लिश, परंतु कोशिश करेंगे आप सबके लिए इंग्लिश में बात करें. So once again, most welcome, sister. Another set of flowers. These are special flowers for the angel Rishika. So I heard that you all have.
Wow, thank you. Got me,
And,
man.
we have
Didi.
special flowers for everyone, and for Ravi Gopal Bhai either, because of his service, selfless service in the medical field also. So welcome. Oh my
Thank
God,
you,
there's
thank
so
you.
many flowers. See, look at this.
Wow.
And for
For
all
Geeta Ben for
the
keeping the family green and loving.
healthy.
And this is for everyone in the gathering.
Yeah.
And especially these flowers are coming for Prasanna Bhai for requesting for this wonderful program. You must be thinking that I am in a flower garden. Yes, you're very much right. Lighthouse outside is also a flower garden. Inside is just flowers and beautiful flowers, fragrantful flowers. Thank you so much, Meenal Ben. And thanks to everyone for being in this show. Without wasting, I would like to give the mic to Geeta Ben. Please, you share about the family and the transition. My family, how it became a divine family.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sister Gautami. So should I speak all in English or in Hindi?
It would be nice if you can make it as English. Otherwise, I had to translate in Hindi. I think so.
I can speak in Hindi, and I'm sure you both can understand, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I can speak in Hindi, and then in between some English maybe.
Thank you.
So Shanti, sabhi ko, sabhi Legos परिवार को, thank you for having us for this evening. Or yes, I have Ritvik and Rishika here with me. So they have just come back from their universities. तो मैं इनकी थोड़ी थोड़ी कहानी मैं शुरू करती हूँ. कैसे हम बाबा के घर हमने जाना रेगुलरली शुरू किया. तो वैसे भारत में तो ये सेंटर कभी कभी जाते थे जब बहुत ही छोटे थे. तो ऋषिका यहाँ पर आई जब वो 3 साल की थी यूके, और ऋत्विक था नियरली 5 साल का था. तो दोनों यहाँ पर आए, और फिर और जब भारत में थे तो कभी कभी सेंटर आया करते थे, क्योंकि इनके जो ग्रैंड मदर्स हैं पंजाब एंड चंद्रकला बहन दोनों बीकेस हैं, तो दोनों सेंटर इनको ले जाते थे. और तो जब वो यहाँ पर आए तो रेगुलरली मैं कह सकती हूँ कि 2007 जब हम साउथ हॉल में आए तब से रेगुलरली सेंटर आना शुरू किया इन्होंने. तो मुझे बहुत, तो यहाँ पर है ना ऑक्सफोर्ड में एक रिट्रीट हुआ करता था, तो मुझे बहुत था कि ये दोनों रिट्रीट में जाएं. तो रिट्रीट में जाएंगे, बाबा का घर 3 दिन रहेंगे. सो देन आई वाज वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि हाँ ये अपना संभाल सकते हैं. तो अभी वो कहीं पर भी जाए, चाहे लौकिक भी जाए या कहीं पर भी, तो अपना खुद ये संभाल सकते हैं. तो फिर ऐसे ऑक्सफोर्ड रिट्रीट ये जाया करते थे एवरी ईयर. 3 दिन, पहले 3-4 दिन भी होता था, फिर 3 दिन हुआ. तो ये लोग बताएंगे कि इन लोगों ने क्या सीखा वहां पर. तो बहुत ही खुशी खुशी आते थे जाकर, जब भी आते थे जाना आना. और इट यूज्ड टू बी लॉट ऑफ फन इनके लिए. मुझे लगता है वो 10 साल पुरानी बात है अभी, तो है ना, जब आप 7-8 साल के होंगे. तो पहले मैं ये भी सुनाती हूँ कि कैसे हम ग्लोबल हाउस हमने जाना शुरू किया. तब ऋषिका के पिताजी तो रवि तब रेगुलरली तो नहीं आते थे. तो फिर मैं और ऋषिका हम दोनों सुबह सुबह बस में जाते थे ग्लोबल हाउस. तो 2 बसें होती थी यहाँ से साउथ हॉल से जहाँ हम रहते हैं. तो फिर ऋषिका को बहुत ही, कभी कभी मैं बोलूं कि ऋषिका आज हम रहने देते हैं, अगर ऋषिका बोलेगी नहीं नहीं हमको तो जाना ही है. और ऋषिका मुझे लगता है 8 साल की हुई होंगी तब, 7-8 साल की, तो बहुत छोटी. तो फिर उसके लिए सब में लेके हम ग्लोबल हाउस जाते थे. ग्लोबल हाउस जाकर फिर हम आते थे बस में. तब ऋत्विक का ट्यूशन हुआ करता था सुबह, तो वो उस साल नहीं आया. तो एक दिन क्या हुआ हमारा, आई थिंक वो अप्रैल ईस्टर के टाइम में, मैं आज ऋषिका से बात कर रही थी, तो वो ईस्टर के टाइम पर ही होगा. तो हमारा बस मिस हुआ सुबह का 6:15 का हमारा फर्स्ट बस था. तो हम 7:30 को जाकर ग्लोबल हाउस पहुंचते थे, 7:40 होता था कभी कभी. तो बस मिस हुआ. तो ऋषिका ने क्या किया, जाके घर हम वापस आए और कहा तो रवि से कि देखो हमारा बस मिस हो गया है, मगर हमको तो ग्लोबल हाउस आज जाना ही है और आपको अभी उठना पड़ेगा, रेडी होना पड़ेगा और हमको ले जाना पड़ेगा। और फिर रवि रेडी हो गए, फिर हम सभी को ग्लोबल हाउस ले गए। तो वैसे तब से रवि आते थे और फिर उन्होंने कोर्स भी लिया अब, और तब से हम सभी साथ-साथ में ग्लोबल हाउस जाते आते हैं एवरी संडे। तो ये हमारी कहानी है थोड़ी-सी कि हम कैसे हमारा पक्का हुआ। ठीक है, बीच में थोड़े अप्स एंड डाउन्स, तो मुझे लगता है अभी मैं बच्चों को देती हूँ कि ये बताएँगे कि इनका कैसा रहा जर्नी। आप हिंदी में इंग्लिश में बोल सकते हो और मैं ट्रांसलेट कर देती हूँ, ठीक है? ओके, लेट मी सी कोई है क्या जिनको पूरा ट्रांसलेशन चाहिए और इंग्लिश ठीक होगा? आप बताएँ तो मैं फिर
I
ट्रांसलेट कर
think
सकती हूँ।
translation is important.
ट्रांसलेट करें कि shall we
Yeah.
just keep it to English?
It's good.
Yeah? Okay, Ritvik, you can share it.
Okay, you'll translate?
You speak in English
Okay.
and let's see, करा?
Yeah, okay, so Om Shanti everyone, my name is Ritvik. मेरा नाम Ritvik है और हिंदी आता है but like it's very little. I can understand most Hindi though. So yes, just as mom said, the retreats that we used to go to since we were little were actually quite fun. I mean, back then I think the main fun was that it's the fact that parents weren't there, and so we're just little children, and we have a so Lisha is our teacher there in Global House. She's actually the main head teacher. Head teacher?
Yeah, I always call her as head
She's
teacher.
like the head of teachers. So there are many teachers, including Geeta Ben. She's also a wonderful teacher. But Lisha is the main head of the teachers there. And so she used to invite us to retreats in GRC, so Global Retreat Center in Oxford. And we used to go when we were little.
Yeah.
Translate?
किसी को translation चाहिए? आप बता सकते हैं. I think everybody is okay, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone can understand, I believe.
Yeah, so go on.
किसी
Oh,
को
okay,
चाहिए
yeah,
तो
so
बता
go-
सकते हैं.
हाँ, please बताएं तो
translation
मैं
है,
translate कर
चाहिए?
दूंगी. Yeah, so Ritvik will speak. Yeah, you can speak
that's
next.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the retreats, I think what we learn from those, I think the main thing is as children, they want us to be happy because I think nowadays, sometimes when I speak to children, so this is before COVID times in center, they say, oh, I feel a little bit stressed or something. And as a child, I'm just thinking, have I ever said stressed when I was little? And not just then, but so recently over the summer, so the past summer, we have been giving Raj Yoga meditation courses for little children and just making it very simple about the soul, the qualities that we have inside of us, and just little things like that. And so even some children were saying that they feel stressed from school and everything and from home. So we were just like, wow, okay, this is something. I mean, maybe stress is there, but we weren't really aware of it when we were little, like as children. So I really feel like staying and going to retreats and just going to center or even Global House, just the atmosphere we had even as children, because many children used to come, right? And if there are children there, then it will automatically pull you. So that's definitely something that was really nice. And it's kind of like a protection that Baba gives you as you're growing up. But definitely, as I was little, I didn't understand the Gyan very much, but I just enjoyed the atmosphere. Because as a kid, we can tell like, oh, it's quite nice and I feel quite good. So let me just follow mom and just keep going. And yeah, so I guess that was the main point when we were little.
So I have a little things to share यहाँ पर. तो Ritvik जब school में जाता था, तो starting primary में when he came from India, so he was little bit you were aggressive
And
and you
timid, I
were
think.
timid. Yeah, he was little timid. Timid माना थोड़ा क्या कहते हैं उसको शर्माना नहीं. He was not so confident. Fear also was there for him. क्योंकि पूरा नया, it's a new country. Of course, he was 5 years old उस time पर. तो जब यहाँ पर आया तो उसको थोड़ा time लगा adjust होने में. फिर हम South Hall में आए. He was a very good boy. तो पीछे कुछ ये तो नहीं करता था class में. मगर जो लड़के पीछे बैठते थे ना, तो वो बहुत शरारत करते थे. तो टीचर ऋत्विक को बोलती थी, अरे तुम भी कर रहे हो. तो ऋत्विक मैं इसको बोलती थी, आप है ना सामने के बेंच में बैठना, लास्ट में मत बैठना जो शरारत करते हैं. तो फिर हाई स्कूल में आया ऋत्विक. तो हाई स्कूल में आने के बाद इसका तो पूरा चेंज ही हो गया. जब हाई स्कूल, हाउ ओल्ड वर यू? 12-13 years old. 13 years old. So since 13 years old, I can say that Ritvik changed significantly. तो वहां पर तो कैसे चेंज हुआ, तो स्कूल में जब होता जाता तो उसको स्कूल यूनिफॉर्म चेकर बनाया, तो कहा उनके टीचर ने, अच्छा आप है ना, यू हैव टू चेक फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम कि सभी ने अच्छा यूनिफॉर्म पहना है, आयरन विद शू लेस, शू पॉलिश के साथ, टाई के साथ, सभी कुछ, बिकॉज ये पूरा अच्छे से तरह से सब लेके जाता था, एवरीथिंग वाज परफेक्ट, इसका होता था यूनिफॉर्म। आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड, अच्छा ऐसा भी कुछ है स्कूल यूनिफॉर्म जगह। और ऋत्विक स्टार्टेड प्रोग्रेसिंग एंड एक्चुअली ही स्टार्टेड इंस्पायरिंग एंड एनकरेजिंग चिल्ड्रन इन हिज क्लास and motivating everyone in his class. तो जब भी मैं तो तब काम करती थी, फुल टाइम जॉब था मेरा, तो फिर भी मैं जब भी इनका स्कूल मीटिंग होता था, ऋत्विक हो या ऋषिका, मैं छुट्टी लेती थी उस दिन, हाफ डे भी ले लेती थी, तो उनके मीटिंग में अटेंड करना मुझे बहुत ही पसंद होता था, क्योंकि हम यहाँ पर कैसा है स्कूल मीटिंग्स कि आप एक एक टीचर के पास जाते हो, तो जो भी टीचर के पास जाए तो हमको यही सुनने को मिलता कि ये दोनों बहुत अच्छे हैं, ये बहुत अच्छा पढ़ते हैं। एक टीचर ने तो ये भी कहा, आई एम वेटिंग टू सी व्हाट दे विल बिकम व्हेन दे ग्रो। सो वो ऋषिका के बारे में भी बोला और ऋत्विक के बारे में भी। तो और एक टीचर ने कहा ऋत्विक के बारे में, वो जब बैठता है, जब टेबल होता है ना, सभी स्टूडेंट सब बैठे होते हैं, तो वो उस टीचर ने ये कहा कि जब ऋत्विक बैठता है, ही मेक श्योर दैट एवरीबडी इज इंक्लूडेड इन वॉट एवर दे आर डूइंग एंड ही विल मोटिवेट एवरीवन। अच्छा ये क्या है, वो क्या है, कोई ऐसे दिल शिकस भी कोई बैठा हो तो उसको भी मोटिवेट करता है। सो ही वाज जस्ट शेयरिंग दैट दिस इज व्हाट इट इज। तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। तो उसी टाइम पे हम मधुबन भी गए थे, तो फिर तो ऋत्विक ने तब कहा कि लाइक हाउ, तो ही जस्ट सैट नेक्स्ट टू मी एक दिन घर में भी, और उसने कहा मेरे से कि मम कि मुझे लगता है मेरे में इतने चेंजेस कैसे आए। तो उसने अपने आप को बोला, जब मैं बाबा को अपने साथ रखता हूँ तो I am really becoming very very confident. So I can see that how Ritwik was changing from बच्चे से लेके and then being a teenager going to high school. Now he's in university. अभी 3 साल से अपना खुद रहता है, खुद खाना बनाते हैं, खुद अपना सब कुछ देखते हैं। Of course बीच बीच में घर आते हैं। So ये मुझे याद आया ऋत्विक के बारे में। तो मैं जब भी टीचर्स मीटिंग होता है ग्लोबल हाउस में भी लीशा को बताती and she will be so happy about it. लीशा अगर टीचर्स मीटिंग होता तो लीशा पूछती, अच्छा आज क्या बोला टीचर ने ऋत्विक और ऋषिका के बारे में। So ऐसा होता था। Okay, so I think over to you.
Yeah, I almost forgot about all of this. This
Yeah.
is around 7-8 years ago.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, that's correct. 13,
Yeah.
14 years back, yeah.
Yeah,
Wanna say
now.
how old you are now?
Yeah, so now I'm 20 years old and in
Going to be
university.
21 in 2 months, is it?
Yeah, going to be 21 soon. And I'm studying aero and astro engineering in my 3rd year of degree. Yep.
Yeah, Rishika, you want to share? Yeah.
Om Shanti everyone. My name is Rishika, my name is Rishika, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm also studying in Southampton, doing maths and philosophy in my 2nd year of university. And translation.
No need of translation. You can just.
I think because we joined with the Brahmo Kumaris at such a young age, it set a really good foundation for us with the family and the love and the sustenance that we always get. And one experience I think really helped develop me was actually coming to Lagos and meeting the whole family and doing so many things that I don't think we received that much love from any other family that we did from Lagos family.
When we went to
When we
Lagos,
went, yeah, and all
the
of
country as well.
the things that they showed us and all of the different programs that we did as well. So very thankful to everyone here. So I think we know some of the people here. And I think
Geetaben, can you just throw some light on the birth of these 2 children?
Yeah, yes, of course, yes, definitely. So yeah, both were because of my body. I think both was a bit critical and complicated, and then I'm just going back how it was. Yeah, it was Ritwik was born in 2000, and we didn't think that he would be live. Actually, it was a big story, like जैसे कि movie का कहानी होता है ना, वैसी कहानी है ऋत्विक का तो जब वो पैदा हो रहा था तो मतलब मेरी जो था मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा हो गया। फिर डॉक्टर ने कहा कि सी वी हैव टू रिमूव द बेबी टू कीप द मम अलाइव। सो दैट वाज द वर्डिंग्स जो डॉक्टर ने यूज किया। सो वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट सम। मैंने तो एक्सेप्ट करने में थोड़ा टाइम लगा। दैट वाज जस्ट आई थिंक अराउंड a few more weeks actually, for 2 और महीने थे तो ड्यू डेट। बट देन फिर मुझे बड़े हॉस्पिटल में लेके गए थे एंड फिर 3 दिन वहां पे रहे, फिर डॉक्टर ने कहा ठीक है, दे वर ऑल रेडी टू रिमूव द बेबी, यू नो रिमूव माना जो बेबी को निकालेंगे तो वो जिंदा नहीं होगा, ऐसा उन्होंने प्लान किया था, बिकॉज दैट वाज द ओनली वे टू डू। तो फिर जैसे पूरा रेडी भी हो गया था, एवरीथिंग वाज डन, वो कुछ सोल्यूशन सब कुछ रेडी था, प्रोसीजर सब कुछ, बट सडनली इन द लास्ट सेकेंड स्टॉप हो गया। फिर मेरे लौकिक माताजी मेरे साथ थे, मैंने पूछा क्या हुआ, हो गया सब कुछ? तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, जो हॉस्पिटल की सुपरिटेंडेंट है वो आके अभी देखेंगी, पहले पेशेंट को मुझे देखेंगी, फिर बाद में वो लोग डिसाइड करेंगे। तो वो आए, मुझे अभी भी उनका नाम याद है, प्रेमलता, सो शी वाज लाइक अ गुड समैरिटन कमिंग दैट टाइम। सो वो आई, तो उन्होंने देखा पूरा, सभी क्या बोलते हैं रिपोर्ट सभी देखा और कहा कि लेट्स ट्राई टू सेव द बेबी। आई थिंक गौतमी दीदी को भी ये मालूम है, आई थिंक यू आर नेक्स्ट टू द डॉक्टर आल्सो, आई थिंक। Then she was the only one, इतने सारे डॉक्टर्स देख रहे थे, but she was the only one who said let's try to save the baby। तो फिर और 2 दिन उन्होंने शरीर को तैयार किया, कुछ इंजेक्शन सब कुछ दिया, फिर बाद में सिजेरियन हुआ। फिर ऋत्विक जब पैदा हुआ, he was just I think 1.32 kgs, और उसका तो आईब्रोज नहीं यहाँ पे, क्योंकि ये सब भी सॉफ्ट था, ये बोन्स भी पूरा फॉर्म नहीं हुआ। So it was really a miracle। तो मैं अभी भी ऋत्विक को बोलती हूँ कि your birth, there is a reason for your birth, why you are here। You know, तेलुगु हमारे लैंग्वेज में कहते हैं कारण जन्मडु, मतलब there is a reason for your birth। So he also
reason for existence।
reason for existence। He also feels that, उसको भी लगता है कि हाँ, मैं जब ब्रह्मा बाबा के समय में मुझे लगता है मैं भी था वहां पर। He feels that। रिसेंटली जब दादी गुलजार भी उनका सब चल रहा था, सो ही वाज जस्ट फीलिंग, वो मुझे बता रहा था, सुबह से 4 बजे से ऋत्विक भी देख रहा था, यहाँ के यूके के टाइम 4 बजे था जब दादी गुलजार के पूरे वो चल रहे थे रिचुअल्स। सो वो मुझे मैसेज कर रहा था, हाँ मैं भी जुड़ा हूँ 4 बजे से। तो वो बता रहा था कि मुझे लगता है कि मैं भी यज्ञ के स्टार्टिंग में मैं भी एक मैं भी कोई ना कोई आत्मा वहां पर हूँ बाबा के साथ। So he's got lot of things। ऑक्सफोर्ड में भी ऋत्विक का एक जब वो 14 इयर्स का था ना ऋत्विक, so तब ऑक्सफोर्ड रिट्रीट में तब एक छोटी सी घटना घटी थी कि वो सभी योग करा रहे थे। You want to say? Yeah, you
sure।
do that।
So it's quite an exciting experience, I think, even as a young boy back then. I mean, I'm still young, but back then I was younger. So I was 14 years old. So it was an Oxford Retreat Center in Kumar's Retreat. So in Kumar's Retreat, in the evening there was Nimasham Yog, so 7 to 7:30. And so at that time, they like to be creative. So all the Kumars were told to just lie down. Actually, wait, I think we were walking around the room as angels, just being in that feeling of being a farishta, just walking around the room. And then towards the end of the session, we were told to just lie down. I think that's what it was. We were lying down, and so this brother was giving such a beautiful commentary. And I was just lost in the commentary. I was just following the words. And so in fact, what happened to me was, I remember just seeing red light, and I was just lost in that light. And I didn't know what happened after that. I mean, that's all I saw. I just saw simply red light, and it was just glowing, and I don't know how long I was there for, but so that's from my side, my perspective. But meanwhile, on the outside, what's happening is everyone actually got up. So it's 7:30, past 7:30. Everyone's slowly getting up, and they see one person still laying down, and they still think, okay. So bear in mind, in Kumar's retreat, me and 2 other brothers were the youngest. So we are like, so they were always looking after us, the senior Kumars, like you can say. And so they were just looking, and they were like, oh, the little boy is still, maybe he's gone to sleep. And so they were all just laughing, and they were dancing around me. Even now there are photos, and I can still show you the picture if anyone wants to see it. But there is a photo. They were taking photos of me sleeping. It's like Kumars like to do fun things. So yeah, so they were just dancing around, and then later one brother says, okay, we must check. I mean, it's been a long time. You have been shaking him, you have been shouting his name and taking photos, but he's not waking up. So then they come, they check my pulse to see if everything's okay, and I'm still not waking up, like nothing's happening. They're shouting my name, Ritvik, hello, wake up, bro, it's time, like you don't have to sleep now. But you see, they were doing all of this, but I found out they did this after After even after I came into consciousness, I just didn't even know what was happening. I found myself just walking with them, just got up, and because after Namashram, it's usually time for dinner or some next session that we have. So I remember just walking with them, and but then this one brother, he comes to me, and at this time I don't even know what this word meant, but he comes to me and he says, "Did you know that you are in trance?" And I said, "Trance? What's that?" I didn't know anything, and he said, "Yes, you are in trance, and Baba was with you." And he said, "I know it." And then I just looked at him and I said, "Okay, that's nice." And that was the experience, really. Yeah, and it was quite nice. And I think it's just a state where once you're just gone into silence and just stop thinking about everything in the past or even the future, because sometimes if you think too much about the future, it causes anxiety. Just stopping everything like that, but just being in the present. So it's like you're kind of just detaching away from the consciousness of time itself. Because bear in mind, so when we speak about God or Baba, time runs differently for him. There is no like past, present, or future in the sense, like in the sense it exists for us because we live it. But Baba is constantly detached away from that point. He's constant at that equilibrium point. He's always constant, the same. It's just he has different roles to play in different aspects of our time, of the world. So that's just, it's quite cool to think about that. And
Like Trikaldarshi.
yeah,
How Baba explains in the movie.
Trikaldarshi, yes. And yeah, that was one little cool experience. And yeah, it's quite fun, quite nice.
It's really nice to listen. Thank you, Brother Ritvik. Rishika, what about you? How was your journey?
I don't have any big experiences like that, but I think my experiences were small little like events that kind of added up in strengthening my belief or my desire to continue to follow and understand really what Brahma Kumaris is about. And I think I learned more from taking inspiration from others like my mum, my brother, and seeing the change in them as well.
And seniors.
And senior sisters like Gautami Ben. And I think what helped me with my journey is just being present in all of the things that we participated in and learning and seeing everyone else's like vibrations and just absorbing everything and being that face to shine and to show Baba's love to everyone else that I meet as well.
अब जब बच्चे बड़े हो गए हैं गीता बहन और बच्चे कि आप अभी यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहे हो, पढ़ाई पढ़ रहे हो, अपने दोस्त भी मिलते रहते हो और अनेक प्रकार के आपके काम हैं, तो क्या कहाँ तक आपको ये ज्ञान मदद मिलता है? हाउ डू यू रियली क्या कहते हैं, इस ज्ञान को आप जीवन में कैसे उपयोग करते हो? कभी कोई दिक्कत आई, प्रॉब्लम्स आए? वैसे तो प्रॉब्लम्स इतना ज्यादा डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए, परंतु प्रॉब्लम्स कभी हमको ना बहुत अच्छी
प्रॉब्लम्स संकल्प तो चले थे क्योंकि इस देश में क्योंकि हम इतना पूरा बहुत सुनते रहते हैं और मुझे ज्यादा ऋषिका का था कंसर्न तो क्योंकि वो जब हाई स्कूल में भी थी, अभी तो यूनिवर्सिटी में है, तो जब हाई स्कूल में थी तो मुझे बहुत होता था कि उनको कभी आफ्टर स्कूल यहाँ वहाँ ले जाते, तो मेरे मन में बहुत चलते थे बाबा अभी कैसे, क्योंकि फिर लेट भी होता था ना आने के लिए। तो फिर मैंने अपने आप को कैसे ऐसे जब मेरे मन ऊपर नीचे होता था, बच्चे स्कूल में हो या कहीं बाहर जाए, तो मैंने अपने आप को कैसे बाबा के साथ कैसे ज्ञान का मैंने कैसे एक्सपेरिमेंट या उपयोग किया। तो पहला तो मैंने ये लिया, ये मेरा बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग सेंटेंस अपने संकल्प था कि बाबा ये दोनों भी आपके बच्चे हैं, तो आपको संभालना है। तो एक बार हमने बाबा को दे दिया, देन ही विल टेक केयर। वो अभी तक भी चल रहा है, इट्स नॉट दैट मैंने तब लिया बस हो गया। तो वो मेरी जो यात्रा है तब से अभी भी है जारी। तो अभी तो इतना नहीं होता, मैं बोल सकती हूँ अभी शायद 1-2% होगा। अच्छा ठीक है, जैसे अभी तो फोन करना भी ऑल्टरनेट डे शायद जस्ट बिफोर आई गो टू बेड एक बार मैं फोन कर लेती हूँ एंड देन ओके आर यू देयर, बस कभी कभी एक को। अदरवाइज पूरे दिन में कुछ ऐसा ख्याल चलता रहे, ये क्या कर रहे, वो क्या कर रहे। तो मैंने लिया कि हाँ बाबा, दे आर योर चिल्ड्रन एंड यू आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ देम। सो दिस वाज वन सेंटेंस। उसके बाद कोई भी मैंने अपनी सोच नहीं चलाई, बस एक बार बाबा को दे दिया, दैट्स इट। तो एक बार तो ये भी हुआ, मैं ये छोटी संगठना में शेयर करना चाहूंगी। तो जब ये छोटे थे तो ये घर में थे, तो यहाँ पर छोटे बच्चों को घर में रखना इट वाज इलीगल, मगर तब कोई भी अगेंस्ट लॉ, नॉट इलीगल बट इट वाज अगेंस्ट द लॉ कि बच्चों को कोई बड़े होना चाहिए, बट वी कुड नॉट डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इट बिकॉज देयर वाज नोबडी एंड दे वर ओके टू स्टे ऑन देयर ओन। तो फिर हमने क्या किया, तो हम लोग ऑफिस गए, ऑफिस जाने के बाद एक बार फोन तो कर लेती हूँ दोपहर को, आर यू ऑल ओके। तो फिर रवि ने भी फोन किया, तो फिर कोई लैंडलाइन कोई उठा नहीं रहा था। इनको मोबाइल भी कब मिला, जब ये हाई स्कूल में थे, लाइक दे वर 16-17 इयर्स, तब इनको फोन दिया। तब तक इनके पास फोन नहीं था और हमारे घर में टीवी भी नहीं है, so that is another thing। तो टीवी हमने कब रख दिया, 2012 में it broke, yeah, that was in 2012 के बाद हमारे घर में टीवी नहीं है। So I think टीवी नहीं है, but we are all so much occupied। ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग कुछ मिस कर रहे हैं, टीवी नहीं है तो। कभी कभी छोटे समय ऋषिका बोलती थी, क्रिसमस के टाइम पे बहुत अच्छे मूवीज आते थे बच्चों के, तो वो ऋषिका मिस कर रही थी, हाँ हम लोग नहीं देख रहे, बट आज समय के अनुसार वो भी चला गया, बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज डूइंग देयर ओन थिंग्स, और हम सेवा में भी कुछ ना कुछ कर रहे हैं। ऋषिका बहुत अच्छी आर्टिस्ट है, शी पेंट्स, शी ड्रॉज वेरी नाइस, उसका क्रिएटिविटी बहुत अच्छा है, सो शी स्टार्ट्स डूइंग दैट। तो हमने क्या किया, तो मैं ये संगठन में बता रही थी, तो आई जस्ट गो बैक टू दैट। तो फोन कर रहे थे तो कोई उठा नहीं रहे थे, तो रवि को टेंशन हो गया, अरे कहाँ क्या हो गया है, अभी क्यों नहीं उठा रहे हैं फोन। तो फिर मैं भी ऑफिस में हूँ, तो फिर मेरे मन में हलचल आता रहा, बट मैंने बोला दैट्स फाइन, चिल्ड्रन विल बी ओके, बाबा इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ देम, तो दैट्स परफेक्ट। फिर मैंने कुछ अपना सोच नहीं लगाया, फिर मैंने रवि को भी यही बोला, आप निश्चिंत रहें, बच्चे ठीक है घर में, बट मे भी शायद फोन ठीक से रखा नहीं होगा, कुछ ना कुछ होगा, बट अदरवाइज दे आर परफेक्टली फाइन। तो फिर बाद में एक्चुअली बच्चे क्या कर रहे थे, दे हैड टू कीप समथिंग आउटसाइड, तो वो बस पीछे गए, फिर तब अंदर आए, एंड देन दे टुक द फोन। सो दे सेड, oh we just went behind to keep the phone to the garden to do something. So that was actually given by Ravi only, the task, okay you have to do this today. And so they came inside. So then okay, then I was telling, so you know this is how Baba's knowledge helps actually। नहीं तो कितना हलचल होता, फिर मैं ऑफिस से घर आती, क्या हो रहा है करके। So this is one thing कि जो भी हो रहा है, Baba is taking care of the children. So this was one thing which I always have taken, and I'm still taking it. And I just say Baba, especially Ritvik and Rishika, Rishika के लिए मेरा और बहुत ही कंसर्न हुआ करता था, but मुझे अभी वो भी नहीं है। So I'm just so free, जैसे आप भी कल बोल रहे थे ना, अभी मन में चिंता ही नहीं है, चिंता मुक्त मैं तभी। and then just इनको थोड़ा सेवा में बाबा ही बिजी रखते हैं, सो ये लोग भी अपना पढ़ाई करते, खुद का काम करते, एंड इट्स नॉट दैट कि वो अपना समय पूरा इसी में है, तो दे डू देयर ओन थिंग्स आल्सो, दे हैव देयर हॉबीज, जॉगिंग या दोनों मार्शल आर्ट्स करते हैं, तो उसके लिए इसलिए भी समय निकाल लेते हैं, उनका फिटनेस एवरीथिंग, एंड आल्सो दे इंक्लूड बाबा का सेवा भी वहां पर होता है। सो ये मैंने अपने ऊपर पक्का निश्चय किया। और एक बात बोलना चाहती हूँ, सो मुझे था कि क्योंकि हाँ मैं ऑनेस्टली ये बता सकती हूँ कि when we started the journey, because इनके पिताजी they were eating non-veg, so मुझे बहुत था कि सभी वेजिटेरियन बन जाए, so that was only a very short period शुरू में। तो फिर मैं जब भारत में गई थी, फिर मैंने अच्छे से स्टील के ना वेरी नाइस न्यू प्लेट्स मैंने लिए थे, लौकिक माता जी को भी याद होगा, मैंने बोला बाबा आई रियली वांट एवरीवन जस्ट टू बी सात्विक, हम सभी सात्विक बने, कि सभी लोग, वैसे मैं तो थी सालों से, बहुत सालों से, तो बच्चे भी सब कुछ, बिकॉज आई कुड नॉट से टेल टू रवि अबाउट दिस, क्योंकि उनको पूरा ज्ञान की समझ तब नहीं थी, सो दैट वाज नॉट आल्सो हिज फॉल्ट आल्सो। तो फिर बस मैंने बोल के वो प्लेट्स रखे थे, वी विल ओनली यूज व्हेन एवरीबॉडी बिकम्स दिस थिंग। तो सच्ची में हम लोगों ने, हमारा पूरा न्यू किचन बन गया, सब कुछ नया हो गया, बर्तन भी नए हो गए, एंड देन वो नए प्लेट भी हमने निकाल के अभी तक हम लोग वही यूज कर रहे हैं, एवरीथिंग इज लाइक थ्रोन आउट। So that is again one more thing that Baba has been helping since beginning, कि कैसे हम इस श्रीमत में, बाबा की श्रीमत में हम चलते अभी भी चल रहे हैं।
That's nice, Geetaben. Thank you. And I want to know your routine. आपके routine कैसे हैं? Rishika, you can start. सुबह से लेकर आपका routine कैसा रहता है? And then Ritvik, we also would like to listen yours, and then Geeta will also.
Uni or at home? Thursday.
Whatever it is, in general, you can share. No?
What
Yeah,
is
and I guess-
what is your routine? What do you do normally in the whole day? अगर मैं बोलूं पूछूं कि आप क्या practice करते हो तो ये अलग हो गया. मतलब आपका routine बता दीजिए general ताकि हम समझ सकते हैं कि कितना आप मतलब spirituality को अपने जीवन में practice कर रहे हैं.
Yeah. So my routine at university when because everything is online lectures now, we don't do anything in person. But routine before exams, when there's normal lectures. So I used to wake up for the Murli. We have online English Murli at 6:30, well 6 and sometimes 6:30, and we have our own like group where we read Murli. And then after that, I used to go back to sleep and
What
then
about
get ready.
Amrit Vela?
Amrit Vela, well, I used to wake up for a little bit, then do a little bit of meditation and say good morning to Baba and then go back to sleep. Then after that, I actually used to do like some workout with my friend Roshni. So we actually used to read the Murli together. Then we used to do the workout, then get ready for lectures and all. Who's also a BK sister, BK friend. She's also been part of the Brahma Kumai since she was very young, since she was born. She was born into
Gyan, like
yeah.
that,
And then during the day, we also have the traffic control app. So it comes hourly as a reminder, as like a traffic, to stop the traffic in the mind and to remember Baba, to slow down the thoughts. And then during the day, we have our lectures, and I also do have a part-time online job of tutoring. So I tutor maths, GCSE, and A-level. Then after that, so I finish quite late around that time. Then after that, I have my dinner, and then I try and join in for the Southall Zoom from 7 to 7:30. Sometimes it usually doesn't happen, but then I try and do my own meditation before I go to bed. And I can see that that really helps a lot. Even my brother, when he comes to my room, he always says, well, like, wow, this room has like different vibration. Because whenever I do my meditation, even if it's not at 7 to 7:30, I always think that I'm giving not Sakash, but good light energy to not just my room, but everywhere where I live. So that where we live is Columbia Lodge, and then to the entire world. So that's always been a good experience before I sleep, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, so me too, something similar. So my day mainly consists of lectures, going to our recordings, but it's mainly also project work because now I'm in my third year, so working on my project. And so this year we actually started to model planes and on the software. And so I have to be honest, I usually sometimes miss, well, a lot of times I miss morning Murlis, but I do make sure to just catch 1 or 2 points of the Murli during the day. And just that one point I practice and I chant during the day. But I think for me, Amrit Vela is more consistent than morning Murli. So although I pick up a few points of the Murli, during the day, so maybe if it's later on, like around 10 a.m. also, or even later. But Amrit Vela, so usually I do wake up and then just do some meditation, just because it's like, it kind of sets my day. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and just manage myself, manage my time, coordinate it well. And so yeah, it's a nice start. And actually, recently I have been writing a lot of letters to Baba because it's like one senior brother, so here his name is Brother Ash from Worthing. He used to give us advice that whatever it is, it's really nice just to write to Baba, like whatever you have inside, if you just put it out, and it actually helps, whatever it is. And sometimes I remember I used to tell Baba, like, I'm so sorry, I've been missing Amrit Vela, or I haven't been waking up for like on time for class, for Murlis. And yeah. But then soon I find that it's easier for me to get up after I tell him. I mean, Baba always says, don't hide anything from me. And I never felt like I have a hide anything because there's no need to. I mean, if he knows everything already, then when you're writing, you might as well just tell him. And also, my letters aren't limited to just paper and pen. I also write on my phone. just tap, 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 sometimes in the bus. So nowadays I don't use bus because of COVID and everything. So just when I'm just sitting down anywhere outside, maybe in the park, just write on my phone, saying, "Dear Baba, how are you?" And yeah, it's quite nice.
You have a folder for letters.
No, it's one. I have one document. It's one document, and I just reuse the same document again.
So how do you do
It's very nice.
You just
It's a
you
wonderful
just click.
committed. It's a wonderful committed relationship where you communicate sincerely.
Yeah,
Everything.
but it's
How
not
about your
always
food?
consistent though. So it's like some days I really forget to write letters to Baba, because the thing is, sometimes I just keep studying and working, and time just goes, and already it's midnight, and I don't even know. So it's like that nowadays because work is quite intense. Oh, and I'm also a part-time math tutor, tutoring for to teach GCSE and A-level mathematics. So yeah.
What about your food?
Yeah, food. Okay, so me and Rishika, we live now. We live in the same place almost, so like in the same
Like
compound, you can say. But although two different flats, but like we can cook
He lives in the
ourselves,
next
really.
building.
So nowadays, actually, what happens is if I'm very busy and I have a lot of deadlines coming up, so this week I'm quite busy, then Rishika will cook for me, and so
clean.
yeah, mainly cook.
cook
so-
and clean?
So she will help me cook, and yeah, I mean it's pretty much Brahma Bhojan most of the time. I mean we just cook ourselves because mom has taught us, and I mean, ever since mom is cooking, I'm always with her in the kitchen, so I know at the start how to start off the tadka and everything. You know, it's quite simple really, and yeah.
And we try new things as well when we cook, so to make it interesting.
Yes.
And cooking is like a nice stress relief. And
Yeah.
cleaning, I like to clean, wash the dishes.
Yeah, and nowadays actually I mean since January we've been going on runs, so like 5 kilometers and 10-kilometer runs, and yeah, I think it's very important to also keep the body healthy as well as mental health. And mental health, in fact, comes with Gyan itself, but just with that mental health, the body health also is good. But it's just since we're also doing martial arts and other things, we just try to go the extra mile and just keep fit like
And
that.
it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
What are the special responsibilities that you really have in university?
Okay, special responsibilities, mainly, so at university, there are deadlines and deadlines you must meet. And it's a bit different to how school was, because school is like homework. You must hand in your homework at this point.
Or
But
you get attention.
yeah, or maybe you'll be sanctioned or something. But at university, it's more like, I mean, I think it's similar to homework, but it's a big deadline due on this day. You must finish this work. But you know, one difference is for homework in school, sometimes I do the day before or in the morning or whenever, and it's very easy to do. But for university work, you have to really plan. And especially with something designing. So recently I was designing a British Aerospace 125 plane. I don't know if anyone's familiar.
It's a big plane.
It's not that big. It's a business jet basically. Anyway, so for this I had to start well early and just plan, okay, when do I want to finish? And don't get me wrong, of course, I do get lazy. And so when I get lazy, lazy in the sense, oh, okay, I'll do it later. Now I'll do something else or whatever it is. But so I think in that sense, discipline in the sense of responsibility is very important. So it's like, okay, so now I will start this. And one thing that makes me like begin work or start something is I tell Baba, okay, you know what? All right, Baba, let's do this. I want to start this now and let's do it together. Like literally, I will just type, not even, sometimes I will say, like just speak it out loud. I mean, no one can hear me. It's just me and Baba in my room, right? So I just say out loud, but then most of the time I just write. I tell him, okay, look, I really have to start this now at this time, and I'm going to do it, okay? And so yeah, I guess it's more about preparing the mentality to do the work, and yeah, and then it's quite straightforward, really. Yeah, I'm just thinking if I said everything I wanted to.
Rishika, do you also have this inner dialogue with Baba constantly? Because what I picked up from Ritvik is whatever he's doing, his homework, his cooking, or his anything, he has a constant communication with Baba. Do you have this dialogue, and how does it help, if at all it is there?
Yeah, so I
You
think
do journalism.
yeah. So I have an inner dialogue, but it's like it's more of a three-way kind of thing. So it's like I have myself, but I have another inner voice inside me, and then I have Baba as well. So
I understand. So it's like one perspective of Rishika, and another perspective of someone that is it's like
an objective
detached,
version of it. Yeah,
like a third point of
yeah,
view,
yeah,
with no bias.
yeah. And then I also have Baba as well.
Mhm.
So I think beginning of this year, or I think last year, I started this thing called journaling, which is like where you have like a book, and then you start writing down your reflections for the day, or any thoughts that you might be having. Doesn't have to be something that happened during the day. It could be about a certain topic, or uh, or anything that you're having thoughts about. So with this journaling, I have specific thoughts about different things. So for example, what did I want? If I look, they're all in my notes. They're all in my books. I think once I was trying to really think about the idea of love and what does it mean to me. And with this, I think I tried to explore it within myself and the different experiences that I have, and also what is Baba teaching me about love? What kind of love do I receive from Baba? And the answer that I got from there. So before I do journaling, I do some meditation. So this is before I sleep. And so this dialogue that my brother has, I wouldn't say is as consistent as it is within me, because when I am like doing things or about to begin things, I don't think I have that dialogue. I just go straight. Like if I want to do something, I just do it. Like for example, if I want to go running at a point or do something, I just go. And there's one thing that we always used to say before we leave the house when we were younger, which is Chalo Baba Hamare Saath. And that's it. That you just go. So,
You just go,
so
yeah.
that's
No,
my dialogue. I don't
Can
really
I pause you for a second? Every time I say, okay, let's Baba. I mean, it's like if I say in the morning, he's already with me. It's just that feeling and the presence and that thought that you have it once. Maybe even I say it on Monday. He's there with me until Friday or until Sunday until I start again. It's like that kind of feeling. So it's not maybe it's not consistent.
Yeah.
Because I do get lost in work sometimes. I just lose track of time, or if it's speaking to somebody or friends. And I think the important thing is balance, just keeping that balance with you. And in fact, wait, were you going to say something? Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay. So many times my friends do say like they're stressed because the recent assignments, university is mainly about assignments for engineers anyway. But yeah, like stress is quite common, really. You will hear students say, oh, I am so stressed. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm really stressed. And honestly speaking, sometimes even I've been in that position where it's like, oh, okay, this
Why do you think you get stressed?
yeah. So stress happens for, I mean, whatever reason it can happen. But I remember my recent conversation with my friend. I literally tell him, okay, bro, the main thing is your mental health. If something is affecting your mental health, then you have to refuse the stress. Honestly, there are some times where I just go, okay, I'm just not going to stress about anything, because I have to prioritize my mental health, because I know that, see, this is something that Gyan has helped me understood, because Gyan actually reinforces the fact that it's mind over matter. It doesn't matter what the circumstance given may be, with the powerful mindset, the powerful thought, and this is what you kind of build during meditation, the powerful thought, the cultivation of the energy of the powerful thought, is that you can literally make anything happen.
And actually, one point to say about that, I used to practice mind over matter quite a lot. I still do, and that's one of the things that I actually was telling my my flatmate. So I live with these two other girls, my two other friends, and I always tell them like mind over matter, because they're actually nurses. So they go placement. They're in they're student nurses, so they have to wake up early and they have their 12-hour shifts. They come home very late, but they come home to me. So we make sure to that they are, smiling and they're happy, and they are receiving, like, make some time to make them nice, like food when they come home. So I always tell them it's mind over matter. And one of them had trouble like waking up in the morning. For me, waking up is not a big issue, because I always used to wake up early so I could go to my training last year, and I was very, very invested into that. And I've been waking up early. Training for martial arts. And we've been training to wake up early since we were young with our mum. This is how she wakes us up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, she just talks like.
This is how she wakes us up. Now she doesn't do it, thankfully, because we wake up ourselves. So waking up, she always says like, oh, I don't know, like I can never do it. But I always tell her it's mind over matter. If you can convince yourself to do something, then the matter, which is your body, will automatically listen. And it's all in your head. You can convince yourself to do anything. You can think of yourself to be the strongest person on the planet, and you will be able to lift a car. And there's been many cases around the world as well where an old woman has been able to lift a car to save her child who's underneath, right? And so, oh, we have a raised hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about mind over matter. Nisa.
But when someone raised their hand,
Yeah, we'll unmute. I think they want to speak. They can. Just want to ask the same thing. Actually, you have already addressed that issue because being a meditator and also having such a nice busy schedule of being a university student, and also I heard that you're also an ambassador of your university. Do you have special responsibilities, or now because of COVID you don't have any such?
We're not doing much now.
yeah, so recently there was one. Okay. Yes, so good thing, Ben. I mean, being an ambassador gives you the rights to help the staff at university. And so right now there's, I mean, everything is online, so online help. So sometimes we have open days at our university. And so where professors and lecturers, they just give an introduction to the course. So
it's for the new students that are coming into the university.
So for prospective students. And so we can log in and also guide them. So maybe just like Zoom, it's like spotlighting the slide, spotlighting them, and that kind of thing. So there are few things that I can help with. And so what happens, how it works is we get like an email sent, and there are like a few, I would say 100 ambassadors for the whole university, or maybe a little more than that. And yeah, so we just get emails, and if we're able to help take part in something, then we just send an email back. But recently, well, I mean, when I mean recent, I mean last year. So so this is pre-COVID times. Sometimes there is like a summer school. So students come and they experience how it's like to live at university. And so, yeah, I went there that time to just take care of the student, just to speak to them and to make sure, you know, they're doing okay. And so because I study engineering, they would require help in the engineering department. So it's kind of like that. Whichever department you're studying in, you can like go and share your experience. And because I'm an ambassador, so they give us training, maybe to give tours around the university. And I remember one time, like my friend came and I just gave him a private tour around, because as an ambassador, we like I'm allowed to just go around, show the university. So yeah, I mean, it's quite nice, really. I think it's the main thing. It builds your communication skills and also helps very nice interaction with students. And so, yes, I have been a mentor.
Ritik, before, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
before
that's fine.
Before we run out of time, I would like to really ask few of the things that nowadays people really believe that even now, spirituality is really hard and it is tough to practice. And moreover, spirituality is a retirement program. Once we retire, then probably it is good. We'll have enough time, relax, sit, no tension, no stress, remember God, and speak all the good things like what you have been talking: connection, stress-free life, relaxation, and all of that is possible when we don't have any work. So, but now you are talking about a life with spirituality. You are integrating both spiritual life and your physical life. You are integrating and you're living. That's why I asked about your spiritual routine, your routine of routine. That's why I asked how you're able to manage. And I learned that though you didn't, sometimes you miss your early morning meditations, but you catch up. Sometimes you miss your morning early, but you catch up during the day. So you make sure that you don't miss. It's already part of it. And the constant communication that you have with Baba. It's really very interesting and inspiring as well, that you make sure that you don't miss that moments of silence and that moments of dialogue with Baba, and that moments of Baba's Murli points that you really keep it in your intellect, and how much important it is to internalize and integrate spiritual life. Is it very tough? Because in Lagos, I see there are plenty of people who love spirituality, who love Murli, who love Baba a lot, but when there are exams, they have nothing in their mind. Very difficult to have anything in the mind, because they have this thing that it is exams, so we cannot attend Murli. It's exams, no meditation. It's exams, no course. No, they cannot come to course. They cannot send anybody to course. Even the children cannot sit. It's exams, it's exams, it's exams. We don't have time for especially the spiritual practices. What do you think? Is it really how it is possible? Is this a healthy lifestyle? What exactly is good for us?
So Gautiban, are you mainly directing
According
towards,
to your,
sorry, do you mean,
I
is
know
it
I
mainly?
am. I know I'm actually, touching 2-3 different issues together,
Yeah,
but you can,
yeah, sure.
answer as per your experience.
So,
Number one is internalizing and integrating spiritual life with your daily physical ordinary routine. And number two is when exams or any emergency comes up, is it okay you leave up spirituality completely and focus and you finish off and you go ahead? Because this exams goes on for months together. And then you postpone spirituality. How far it is practical and good to postpone spirituality? Number three, is it okay to be without spirituality?
okay, so I think I'll address the exams and spirituality question.
Thank
So I think with the exams, I find it that if you are studying nonstop and if your brain is constantly working, and it does go on for a couple months, it's very important, like Ritvik said, to have balance when you study. When you're studying, you can't study for 5-6 hours straight. You can't always keep on going like that. You need some sort of rest, you need to sleep, you need to eat well, and you need to keep your body and your mind healthy. And then only you'll be in a fit condition to be actually doing the exam. When I was doing my GCSEs, I think even like one day before the exam, you have to make sure that you're not cramming. Cramming causes a lot of stress. So once you have balanced yourself in that way, you always need to leave a little bit of time for rest, a time that's going to rest in here and rest your body as well. Now, to rest and to keep your mind healthy, you can use a little break of doing meditation or even going for Murli class. And you don't have to think of it as, oh, I have to go read Murli, do this, do that. It's a relaxation for the mind. And maybe you're not listening to every single thing that Murli is saying, but it's the vibrations that you receive from listening to the Murli. And I think listening to the Murli is what keeps you going, and you have more of a motivation to continue. That's from my personal experience. So it's more about having the balance of to be able to put spirituality in. But if you're too busy cramming everything, then obviously that's also unhealthy for you.
What I hear, people use this word balance, and they say we need to have balance. We can't really have spirituality in our life when we need to attend certain emergencies of life. It is good to be away from spirituality totally and not to have spiritual practices aligned as you are not even part of your routine. First, focus on the emergency first. Now, they call it as balance. Now, what I learned from your experience and your expression, that balance means include spirituality, be intelligent in including spirituality in your emergency dealings.
Yeah.
Would you like to throw some more light on this?
Yeah, that's I've not heard of that before, that you should just, that not including spirituality is a balance. Have you heard of that?
No, in fact, I don't know. I've never heard something like that.
I don't think I've
do
ever heard anything.
Do you know what, actually? So spiritual, I think people are overcomplicating the word spirituality. So I mean, personally, I think spirituality is just knowing the spirit, knowing the self. And it can be as simple as that, literally. And
People
so
practice spirituality even without knowing. There's plenty of spiritual people out there that are not necessarily introduced, that they're not necessarily in Brahma Kumaris, but still have that spiritual awareness. Obviously, ours is a little bit different,
definitely,
but they still have that spirituality within them.
yeah, definitely. And I think it does help. Knowing the self helps. I mean, just knowing the qualities of the self even, and knowing what kind of a person I am. And I think spirituality, it kind of it helps address the emergency at times actually. I mean, yeah, so I wouldn't say, oh, deal with the emergency and then spirituality. I mean, spirituality is nothing really to deal with. It's something that's there, and that's there to be recognized. As a matter of fact, you recognize it. It's a bit like you recognize when you're cooking something, you recognize, oh, I have to chop ingredients and then put it in. It's not like, oh, I'm running out of time, let me just throw everything in. Spirituality is like the knife that actually carves your ingredients nicely, makes everything really good, everything sweet, and you prepare it. So it's like you're preparing yourself for the situation, to handle the situation well. So that's why, and I think it's important not to stress on, oh no, I have to practice spirituality. Not really like that. Start off slowly, one step at a time. Eventually you're running. You know, it's just small steps. And I think that's what I learned from Rishika. She said small steps. Small steps are very important, because they're small today, but tomorrow will be much bigger, and eventually it will be just.
I think there's
yeah.
one quote that I really like. And I don't remember who said it, but when I was younger, I used to love like long distance running. Like, I've always wanted to do a marathon. I haven't done one yet, but the quote is, in a marathon, every single step counts. So even if you miss one step, you're not going to be able to complete the marathon. You need to keep going, put one leg in front of the other in order to complete a marathon. And I guess that's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's an analogy.
It's an analogy. Yeah. It's an
and
analogy.
I think it's important to ask yourself, okay, so I mean, just the word spirituality itself, but like, how important am I to myself? And how important is my mental health to myself?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really all it is. And
I think
sure.
yeah, one last thing. A lot of people say, I've seen this in like a lot of like business corporates, and like there's people who lead busy lifestyles. They say, oh, like I don't even have time for myself. And like, even if you have a really busy day, the time that you might get for yourself, maybe when you're just laying in bed or when you're just about to go to sleep. Now, when you're just about to go to sleep, even if you remember for like 5 minutes, or even if you do some meditation, and bring, it's all about bringing that energy within yourself. To practice spirituality is just creating that energy and sustaining that energy. It's not necessarily an action that you're doing. It's just an energy that is present.
Yeah, so it's just flowing, and we all know energy flows. So it can help you flow and help in any situation.
Yeah.
Excellent. For a while, I was I forgot the vision is something and what I'm sure is something, because your age and what you speak is so powerful. And I thought, is it coming from the same body, these thoughts? And it's really nice that you are sharing your life experience and your own that you are practicing. Something last, that you are brother and sister, isn't it? So do you ever fight?
Oh yeah, all the time. But it's
all
more like
the time.
Yeah, it's like a fun, you know. It's like
it's for fun.
Oh, okay. It's not like a fight. It's not like an actual fight. I mean, there is no reason to get into super argument. Yeah. It's just like little things, I guess. But like it's part of the fun of being brother and sister. I'm sure you agree with me, Ben. You have a sister and a brother. Yeah, I mean, it's just little fun here and there. But more than that, I'd say we are a good team. Yeah, we're a strong team in the sense. See, now we're also doing we're helping out with the program of Family Meditation Hour. So we help provide the content, use our creativity to provide and create videos, online videos once a month.
We host it, we like narrate and
so hosting, narrating, and just
Ben has also done some really nice activities,
stories.
Do you disagree with each other? Because you are a
we
team
do.
and you work together, especially making the meditation hour, 1 hour video making is not really easy, and you gather the content and creatively you present it. I saw it was,
Yeah.
it's very good, musical, creative, quotient, everything is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of
Very
course,
healthy.
Geeta Ben actually helps put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
She's like the
Or
foundation
do
that
you
has put
disagree
everything together.
between you,
Yeah,
Geeta
so-
Ben,
Yeah.
and all of you? Do you disagree at anything? And
Yes.
how does it
I
happen?
think
And what happens at the
we-
end? Who wins?
Who wins?
I'm joking.
So okay, so do you know what? I mean, there are definitely disagreements every time.
But can I say something about that?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So actually, objectively speaking, me and my brother are very different people in terms of creativity. The way that I want to portray something or want to say something is very different to the way he might want to say something. And it doesn't mean like one is better than the other. It's just different perspectives. It's like you have the color red and then you have the color blue. Some people like this better than the other. And when it comes to the idea that, oh, I think my way might be better, I think my way might help people understand this better, then sometimes we do have not arguments, but we have a little discussion.
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't think we ever think about whose way is better, but
Yeah.
it's more like what is better for
What
the
is-
audience.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
always think about how can we portray this message in a better way. So
Yeah, because one thing you have to remember is as content creators, it's going to be viewed by the audience. And so, I mean, sometimes we are stuck. Both ideas are good.
yeah, we're
That's
like,
what we do.
and then so we have, I don't know if I could show you guys, but I have loads of takes. So we have different, for a 10-minute segment, we have loads of takes of different ways of saying things and trying out new things. And then it's finally put together. It's a big process, like Godniven said, but it's something that we do enjoy creating because it brings out a creative side to us, which we don't get to practice in our degrees or maybe like in daily routine.
Yeah, and I think
At the
that's-
end, what happens?
What do you mean at the end?
All through your sharing, what I have been
Who wins at the
understanding.
end?
Who
So in
wins?
terms of winning,
It's not. I don't think it's winning.
I don't think we ever focus on who's winning. No, but although Rishika does get happy, she says, "Look, I told you this way is good."
No, it's because if I suggest something in the beginning and he'd be like, no, let's try this, then we try
Yeah.
it, and then we do.
So I think the main point is, takeaways. We are both, in fact, very flexible with each other's ideas. And I
Yeah,
think,
we add on.
I think it's about respect that we give to each other's ideas.
Yeah.
And to anyone's ideas, really, not just
Mm.
each other, because we do. It is like a team here. So
Yeah.
And so I guess it's quite fun in that way.
Thank you so much. In this time, I could able to ask so many questions, but there are plenty more. But I would leave to others also in the platform, whoever is there. Would you like to please unmute and want to ask anything, Prasann Bhai? नाइशा भाल, आपने हाथ उठाया है, आपको कुछ पूछना है तो जरूर पूछ सकते हैं. हाँ जी, प्रसन्न भाई, you can. Om Shanti.
Well, Nesa is my Lokik daughter saying hello. And I'm Anurag. I have met these two beautiful angels in Global House. I don't know whether you're able to recognize me or not, but glad to see you online, guys.
Oh,
Nice.
wait, brother, what's your name? Anurag Bhai.
That's right.
Anurag Bhai. Is this me? Ah, of course, we remember you.
The face has changed, the hairstyle has changed.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah. I
The
think
voice is
voice.
like
I
his
do.
voice
I
is
recognize your
very
voice. Your
familiar-
voice is very distinct.
familiar, yeah.
Thank you. And Gotmi Didi, Om Shanti to you. I think you're from Lagos.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Om Shanti to
Thanks
you.
to Baba and thanks to you guys. I want to particularly, I mean, I've met them and I know what they probably would be the answer, but because this is being recorded and I want probably, listeners of their age to understand, and you've already asked this question. So being in London, having so much indulgence and so much of, within your age group, you've got so much of, technology, geeks, devices, this and that. How do you guys, and of course, you've probably answered this. I just joined a little late. How do you balance yourself within that age group and the age group which comes to to Global House and do this whole lifestyle of spirituality? How do you not indulge in all those activities which normally your age group would do, or probably my age group would do? Because the question to your age group and my age group always comes back is, why at this age? Why do you need spirituality at this age? Why why don't you wait for, like Didi was saying, it is the age group beyond 60 that you want to head for spirituality. That's when you want to do this, not at this age group. I know the answer for myself, but I thought your age
No,
group.
I think it's a good question. I think we have been very lucky that the family that we have in Global House is of all age groups, and we do find it easy to not just talk to our age group, because we've been surrounded by like elder sisters, by those our age since we were young, and we get a lot of enjoyment and love from Global House. So we have like a whole group, and I understand that might be difficult for those that don't have the same thing in their country. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I'm just thinking, I don't really think I look at the age group. I mean, if I just go into an environment gathering, I just like speaking to people, no matter, I mean, whoever they are. And so, I mean, I find it intriguing, like what I can pick up from elders especially.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to learn. But yeah.
I think I can definitely say that after the age of 16, I was able to have my own thinking and my own like deeper channelings of like the things that we learn in Brahma Kumaris. But I think being in Brahma Kumaris at a young age gets a foundation. You have like a little taster, has a good foundation for when you're growing up.
Sure.
And you absorb the different things that you get learned from there, whether it be walking like an angel, doing some meditation before
Like
you
when you're
sleep.
kids,
Yeah, when you're little kids, because even the little kids do this, or putting Borg, or even learning how to be like polite, and just like giving off that radiant energy, which is what you get, like that energy that you get from kids.
Wow, Rishika, I just want to add on something here, that it's really nice to listen this thing. So spirituality has not been enforced on you. Was it a force that your
I don't
parents
think-
were telling
No,
every
when
point
you're a
of time,
child,
do
when
this,
you're-
do that, do this, do that, morning, evening, afternoon meditation, and then before eating silence, and after this, was it too much?
Okay, so firstly,
When I was young, it wasn't too much. When you're younger, you don't really have a consciousness. You don't really have an opinion on things.
you just follow your parents.
You're given something, and then you take it as it is. But once you have your own opinion, like, oh, I like this more than this, I enjoy this more than this, then you start to think, oh, like, do I really have to do this? Like, do I have to do this
So
this many times?
Did that happen to you?
Yeah. I think it's more of a learning process, because I feel like if you don't question it, then
How will you understand it?
then how for me at least, it didn't come like that easily for me. I had to question and then understand and then accept it, because if you just accept things and then just take it like that, I don't think, for me at least, it won't like sit properly. It won't be a strong foundation. It would just be on, oh, because they said this, it must be okay. But I need to like experience things for myself and question things in order to understand it.
Yeah, I totally agree as well. And I think it's like when you start seeing benefits of why you do certain thing,
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, okay.
You make it your own. I think that's
then you make it your own. But yes, once again, it's
Gautam, you're muted.
Gautam, you're muted.
I'm so sorry. We were just here also, we have a family in front of me. So they're also saying nowadays children don't have so much time to think and discern what is beneficiary to me. Because as I told you, Geeta Ben might have told you, you have to do these things. As you said that you tried and you had your own questions. It is your own journey, and it was not so easy for you also. And you started practicing, and out of your experience, you are inspired to continue your practices. And now you're speaking about the benefit. You're speaking about the return. So it's really nice. And I think that this is the best way for any human being, any individual of whatever age they are, that they can experiment and try. If it works for you, then you can choose and move on with it.
Can Nesha say something? She wants to say something.
Yeah, please, Nesha.
Happy Easter.
Hi, Nesha. Oh, happy Easter to you, dear.
Oh, happy Easter. Oh, it's so cute.
Nesa, so
Naisha.
coming back to what you just said, so of course, it's Baba's blessing that I am blessed to be her father, but she's teaching us a lot of things. But I think it's a journey, and Baba chooses their children. So she does Raj Yoga online. We just went to in the evening. We went to the center. I do try to guide her to the tools available, but then she is the one who actually chooses. Okay, I will do this course. I am going to the center. I will come along with you. So
Anurag Bhai, what's the age of Naisha? Please introduce her properly to us.
okay. Go on, Nesa. Why don't you do it yourself?
My body age is 6 years. My body name is Nisha.
Wow.
And she's been in Gyan for 6 years. So we were lucky. We started the course while she was in the womb. So she's like Abhimanyu, who was listening in the womb. And she's been to you've been to London?
Mhm.
So you want to say something to Didi and to Bhaiya and to Didi? Sorry, we would love to stay, but it's 10:30 here in India. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
she's starting her
Definitely.
second class, first class of the day, of the school tomorrow. So need
Oh
to
my God, let her sleep.
Yeah.
say quick words before we leave. Bye. Okay.
Have fun tomorrow.
Bye. Om Shanti. Good night.
Om Shanti
Thank
and
you
happy
so
Easter. God bless
Happy
you.
Easter
Happy
to you too.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
Thank you,
connected,
Anurag
Anurag.
bhai. Nice to see you.
Baba.
Thank you, Shoda.
Easter eggs quickly. She wants to show you Easter eggs.
Wow.
I've left that one for you.
Blue
Oh,
purple.
wow. Thank
Offering you
you.
Easter eggs.
Yummy.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Naisha.
Bye. Thank you, Baba.
Bye.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Anurag bhai. See you.
Lovely meeting you. Lovely meeting you.
You too.
Same here.
Take care. Bye. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Prasanbhai, would you like to speak? We will close in 5 minutes. Prasanbhai will talk, and then we'll have a quick meditation, and then we will close.
And we have changed the timings from 10 past 6 to 6 because thanks to you, so we have got the new Zoom mic.
Yes. Prasanbhai, you may talk, please.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear.
Om Shanti, Prasanna
Om,
bhai.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Yes, yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Happy Easter, Mera. Actually, I am very happy today. Sister Geeta Ben and Sister Gautam both accepted my request for this wonderful session. So I am very happy to know about all your experience, like a divine family. And the question I have to ask you, Gautam Ben already asked the same question, that if sometimes, please silent. Sometimes like when Gautama sister asking to children in a center, please come to do the 7 days course. Then before they are saying that we have exam, we don't have time, we have tuition, so many excuses. And so Gautam's sister asked this question to you, that how you are managing the same situations. So because that answer I know very well, but still I ask the same question. But you already answer. But the real answer I can tell that before children answer that we have some examination like that, excuses. But parents are more excuses. Means before children saying we have examination, before parents saying, oh no, my daughter having exam, tuition, like that. So that's it. That's how the children are not coming to this easily like you can, because in your case, our Geeta Ben, who is the mother, she already so very good support. So in other cases, like there is a lot of excuses. So that is the real answer. Parents are supposed to be very spiritually strong. And I can say that I don't know the English very well, but I can say you
No,
both
you're
are
speaking very
Brahman.
well.
ब्राह्मण ब्राह्मण कुल का कुल दीपक, अपने ब्राह्मण कुल का आप दोनों कुल दीपक हो। और ये हमारे लिए सौभाग्य का बात है कि हमारा गण में आप हो और हमको आपसे सुन के भी बहुत अच्छा लगा। और आज मुरली में जब आपका बात सुन रहा था, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिंदी राइट?
Yeah.
ओके गुड। सो बिकॉज जब आज का आपको दोनों का अनुभूति में सुन रहा था तो मुझे मुरली का भी याद आ गया। आज का मुरली में था कि जैसा कि क्या था, विधि सीधी विधि और वृत्ति, सॉरी वृत्ति विधि और सीधी। वृत्ति अच्छा वृत्ति है, श्रेष्ठ वृत्ति है, तो जो विधि है वो यथार्थ विधि होता है, और यथार्थ विधि होता है तो फिर सीधी श्रेष्ठ होता है। और उसको बाबा ने फिर एग्जाम्पल दिया है कि जो वृत्ति है तो उसको कंपेयर किए थे कि एक बीज रूप है, और बीज रूप से फिर वृक्ष में ऐसा विधि बोले तो वृक्ष है, और सीधी बोले तो फल वगैरह रिजल्ट फल मिलता है। इसी तरह मुझे लग रहा है कि डिवाइन फैमिली में जो बीज है वो आपका जो हमारा माता जी अभी मीटिंग में भी है, जो गौतम दीदी का, गीता बहन का जो लौकिक मदर है वो हो गया बीज रूप है, और गीता बहन और गौतम बहन हो गए सृष्टि झाड़ रूप में, जो ट्री वृक्ष रूप में, और आप दोनों हो गए फल रूप में। इसी तरह मैं आज मुरली को इसमें कंपेयर कर लिया, तो इसीलिए मैं माता जी को जो है, माता जी यहाँ पे है, मैं उनको ही धन्यवाद करूंगा। लेकिन मैं आपको दोनों को भी क्वेश्चन करता हूँ कि जैसा कि आपने ये अनुभूति में कई बार आपने गौतमी दीदी को गौतम बहन बोला, और गीता बहन आपने खुद का मदर है बट उनका नाम है आपने गीता बहन भी बोला है, जो कि रियल लाइफ में जब भी जो कोई सोल कॉन्शियस नहीं होता है तब ये मुंह से निकालना डिफिकल्ट होता है। तो हमारा केसेस में ऐसा होता है। तो इसमें आपका मतलब इतना यू आर ऑलरेडी वेरी सोल कॉन्शियस एग्जैक्टली, सो यू वेरी फ्रीली यू कैन टॉकिंग गीता बहन, गौतम बहन, but what about the Mataji? How you are expressing the Mataji, that your grandmother? आपको grandmother को how you are calling her? और Mataji?
We say Vanaja Ben. Yeah, we say Vanaja Ben or Amama, so it's like mom's mom.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm grateful. Thank you, Gita Ben, again.
Thank you.
Actually, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, but I can't express my pleasure. And today I came to a sea beach and with family, but since I am inside the car, I am listening it. I am enjoying this one. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Baba. Yeah. Thank you. Om Shanti. Yeah. She is my daughter, Pranita, and I can remove your phone.
Om Shanti.
She is my daughter Pranita. I also praying she should come to complete the 7 days course after the examination. But she is always giving excuse to Gita Gautam Ben, my examination, my tuition. But Pranita should learn from this brother and sister how they are doing. They are studying in 2 universities. They are not studying in 1 university. They are studying in 2 universities. And the biggest university is Pradapita Brahma Kumari Surya Vishwavidyalaya. That is the biggest university they are studying. So thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
Sorry.
So Pranita, I'm looking forward to see you in our class.
So, I was not audible.
No, yeah.
No, bye.
It is, yeah.
You're audible, yeah. I think Gita Ben would like to
I
say.
was talking before that you are studying in 2 biggest university now. You
Yeah.
are double lucky that you are studying in 2 university. The biggest university is this Pradapita Brahma Kumari University. So when parents know what is the biggest university, then their children can easily come to that university. So I am just talking my daughter. So maybe she will learn from you. So after his examination, she is sure coming to this family. Thank you, Baba.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely.
Gautam Ben and Gita Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabik. Om
Thank
Shanti.
you, brother. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Mama.
Mataji, would you like to share 2 words?
నేనేమి ఇంకా అన్ని చెప్పేశారు పిల్లలు అన్నది మ్యూట్ లో
Okay, thank you, Mataji, that you are reading. Om Shanti.
बच्चे
Welcome.
शुरू से भी बाबा का घर में उसका अन्नप्राशन और नामकरण सब कुछ सेंटर में ही हुआ और ऋत्विक पहले उन्होंने बाबा ऐसा वर्ड उसका मुंह में आया। ऋषि का भी छोटे से इधर ही था और सेंटर में ब्रह्म भोजन सब कुछ किया दोनों का, इसलिए बाबा
Thank
चुना
you.
है दोनों का। थैंक यू बाबा, थैंक यू
Thank you.
सबको।
आप भारत से
Thank you.
10:30 बजे हो गया है, फिर भी आप जागे हो और व्हाइट ड्रेस में एकदम बैच पहन के एक्यूरेट बैच।
कुछ नहीं है।
Thank you, Anjaban.
थैंक यू बाबा।
Thank you. It is very inspiring. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Good
Baba.
night. And
Good
thanks to
night.
everyone who have joined in this gathering for this wonderful sharing. And thanks to all those who are even connected by YouTube and listening so patiently from different corners of the world. And if you have any questions, you can pose and you can get the answers. Actually, we have called them because they are all, this whole family is traveling to Bharat from London next weekend. So that is really nice opportunity. This weekend they are with us. Thank you, Geetaben. Thank you, Ritwik. And thank you, Rishika. And you may write
Thank you.
your phone number, or you may please do your questions, or if any queries, or if you want to interact more about anything with this family. If you think spirituality is not practical, spirituality is restricted. If you think spirituality is difficult at any age, doing anything, if you have any such questions, these guys have answers, full and final answers, because they're practicing. So please use these numbers which are there in the chat box, and they use the WhatsApp mode in order to ask any of the questions. You feel free to be connected. Thank you so much. And we'll meet in the next Sunday special talk with another topic and with some other guests. Thank you so much. Have a
Wow.
great week
Thank
ahead.
you, everyone.
Thank you,
Om
everyone.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Lagos.
Happy journey to Geeta Ben,
Thank
Brother
you.
Ritwik and Sister
Have a
Rishika.
good day, everyone.
Happy journey. Om Shanti.